Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I did a tutorial on this look. It was a little bit all over the place, but I like the end result and I think it's a really fun look. So if you want to know how to do it, keep watching. All right, so I started out by first priming my face. I used the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hydrating Hyaluronic Acid Primer. I applied this so that it can sink into my face before we go and do the face makeup afterward. And then I did my brows with the Makeup Revolution Soap Styler. It's that like set down and stuff. I used the Glossier Brow Flick in the shade Brown, just on the ends a little bit. I haven't like done my brows in so long and I don't really feel like doing it, so I'm not gonna. And then after that, I used the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Cloud to prep my eyes. I didn't set them down with concealer or anything, and I used the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush, just blend it out. So I'm just gonna go over it really quick just to tap out any creases, and then we can get on to the shadow. So this is the look that I'm doing today, and I'm doing it based off of a picture. So between two palettes, we have the Morphe James Charles palette and then the Morphe Nikita palette. So we're gonna start with the James palette, taking my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. It's this really big fluffy brush, and I'm gonna take the shades B and 518, which are the yellow, and then this like light orange shade. And I'm just gonna mix those together on them along my entire crease area, and you can go into the brow. As you can see, I went really high up. This is mostly gonna get covered, but it just peeks out slightly at the top. Also, we drag it out really far, so you wanna make sure you have your concealer far out. But yeah, this is just gonna peek out at the top of the red and orange shadow we have. Be as messy as you want with this because we're gonna clean it up after, obviously. So be as messy as you want. Once that is laid down, I'm taking the Morphe M433 brush. I'm going into the Nikita palette, and I'm taking the shade Pussycat right here. It's like this orangey shade. You could also use the orangey shades in the James palette, but I've been wanting to use my Nikita palette more because I haven't really used it too much. And I haven't used the red and orange shades in this palette yet, so I wanted to use them in this look. We're just gonna add this shade now and build it up in the crease again. A little bit lower than the shade that we just put down, but honestly, most of it is gonna get covered anyway. And then I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy brush again, no extra product, and just blend out the edges so it all looks seamless. I'm gonna go in with the red shade, and I'm taking the Morphe M456, so a little bit smaller of a brush, in the shade Nicole right here. It's the red in her palette. I'm gonna do the same thing, but bringing it a little bit lower, but still we're gonna bring it pretty high as we blend it. Initially, you wanna place it lower, so as you blend, you can blend up and it's not gonna be this harsh. And as less shadow is on your brush, you can bring it higher. And to mute it down a little bit, I'm gonna go back with that orange Pussycat shade and just blend over top. And then we're gonna do the same thing with the shadows in the James palette. Going back in the James palette now and just going over top to lighten it a little bit. And especially here, now we're gonna drag this out all the way over here. So it looks a little crazy, but trust the process. Just going back in with a little bit of the red, bringing that back in. And I'm also kind of dragging it on this outer part of my lid right here because you can see here, that's where we have that shadow. Now we're going to cut the crease, but we're only gonna do like a third of it. So on this eye, you can see I basically did it only to where the top of that liner is gonna go. So it's gonna go to about like there, like right here. And then we're just gonna leave it because then the rest of the shadow is gonna be what's on the lid here. I'm gonna take that Too Faced concealer, put some on the back of my hand, the M224 flat brush to do this. And I'm gonna take the other side so that it's a little bit cleaner. Bringing it to about right there, and then I'm just going to blend it out a little bit. I'm just going to use my finger to blend the edge. Nude shadow. You can also use just a like a powder with this. I'm taking this Wet n Wild just like flat brush, shade Nicholas in the Nikita palette, like that bone shadow there. I'm just going to set that concealer down. You could also use a white shade if you want, blending it into those reds a little bit there. And then we're gonna go in with this Joa eyeshadow brush, some of that yellow B shade in the James palette. Mix a little bit of that 513, that light orange shadow. We're gonna start to blend this, not directly in the front of the cut crease, but a little bit to the side, because you want it to go from the bone shadow into the yellow. So yeah, I'm just gonna start placing that here. And you can take it all the way up to the top of the cut crease. We're gonna have to go in with this a few times as we blend with other shadows, because the yellow can tend to just fade away. And then you can go back into that Wet n Wild brush and just blend the side where the nude shadow is. I'm gonna go in back with that Morphe M443 into the Nikita palette again, switching back and forth. I'm gonna take that light orange shade and blend in between the red and that yellow we just placed down. You can even go into the James palette and take a little bit of that 513 shadow, the light orange in the James palette, and blend also. And then you can go back in with the brush that we used with the red with no additional product. You can add more if you want, but I don't think you need it. Blend the sides there. Going to do the liner now. And now this takes a little bit. It's not the easiest thing. I'm probably gonna do it off camera, but basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the NYX Vivid Brights colored liquid liner in the shade Vivid Halo. It's a yellow, and I'm gonna apply it on the back of my hand. You can go directly in with the yellow, I think, actually, because on this eye I did it, so I'll do it on this eye. I went in with the applicator for going along the cut crease, but once I got to here, you want to use a thinner brush. So I'm using this like nail art brush, but it's super small and it will allow you to get really fine lines there. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to try to mimic this shape the best that I can. But basically, we're going to go along the cut crease, and then as we get to the end, we're gonna just like leave it as like a little flare there. And then you're gonna round it out and bring it in. And then you're gonna make two little flames here and bring it in. So you'll have three little shapes. Take some of your concealer and map it out and then go over it with the yellow eyeliner. It's kind of a struggle, I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot to get it even somewhat even, and it's still not totally even, but whatever, I don't really care. I'm going to leave this mess over here because I don't want to clean it up and make it a sharp line. I want it to be like still blown out a little bit, so we're just gonna leave it. So we can go on to lashes now though. I have these lashes I want to try. I don't know if they're gonna work. They are Dell Aqua Lashes. It says no adhesive needed. You just dip and apply them. They're in the style 341. I have no idea how they work. It literally just says you measure them to your eye and like you trim them or whatever, and then you dunk them in water and then you apply them. I don't know how that really works, but I was intrigued, so I bought them when I was at Ulta. So I have full of water here, and I'm gonna use this to like dip. These are stiff. Like, you see what I mean? The band extends so much further. I'm gonna trim just like this extra little piece off and see if that's good. I don't know. I'm gonna trim off another little section too. No idea where that just went. That went flying. Oopsie. Our lashes first, and apply a little bit of mascara. L'Oreal Air Volume Mega Mascara. So let me do that really quick. So I'm just gonna dunk them in the water. Kind of just dunked the entire lash in there, and I didn't mean to do that. Like, I put the actual eyelashes in, so that's my mistake. Wait, why is this working a little bit? Okay, it like actually does kind of work. I'm gonna trim off the front piece. It was really annoying me. This is interesting. I don't know how long you're supposed to wait too, like to put them on. No. I mean, like they're on. Yeah, I don't like these. Nope, 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 nope. Maybe I can try them again when I have on liner. Oh, that was kind of a flop. Sorry about that. I'm gonna put on different lashes. I'm gonna do off camera though because that took way too long. These are the Kiss Lash Couture Luxe Tensions. Wash and Volume. I've showed you guys these before. So I'm gonna go apply these really quick. Back, and I applied the Kiss lashes and I like the way they look a lot more. I also applied my foundation. This is the Morphe Filter Effect Soft Focus Foundation. I just applied that really quick with the brush that went along with it while I was off camera. And I used my sponge to go over it as well. And now we have a concealer that I want to try out with you guys. This is the Makeup Revolution Eyebrite Illuminating Under Eye Concealer. This is in the shade Light, and it says it has vitamin C in it. I'm really intrigued by it. I saw on TikTok talking about it. It reminds me of the Maybelline Age Rewind with a little pump and you twist it up. I never know how much is like enough though. Starting to come out a little bit. Let's see, I'm gonna apply the it's like really light. Not the shade. Like it's like, oh, here we go. I was gonna say that's like really thin. So I'm gonna apply this. It says it's an under eye concealer, which most concealers are, but this one specifically says under eye, but I'm still gonna apply everywhere else that I apply my concealer. Oh, I should have done my cream contour first, whatever. Apply it to my chin and my upper lip, as well as down the center of my nose, my forehead. I'm gonna blend it out. I'm gonna blend it out with my sponge. I feel like it'll blend out well with that. The shade is really good for me. I mean, it's blending out really nice and it's giving a nice sheen. I'm trying to be careful around my brows, but it's not really working too well. Let me just brush through my front brow hairs a little bit. Now we can blend the under eye. I'm really curious to see how this looks. And I'm just gonna like lightly blend it when it gets closer. This outer portion here. I really like the way this looks. It is really illuminating under the eye, but not like in a super highlight, like shimmery way, and like a nice dewy way. You know what I mean? Like, don't my under eyes look really healthy? I was not expecting to like it that much, especially because I don't love the other Makeup Revolution concealer, but that looks really nice. Doesn't it look nice, or am I like bugging out? Now I'm gonna go do my cream contour and the rest of my base, and then we're gonna come back for the lower lash line and our mascara. I have a highlight I want to use and some lip products, and then we'll be done. I'm loving the way this is looking, just saying. Okay, we're on to highlight. So the highlight I have here is the Makeup Revolution Highlighter Reloaded in the shade Raise the Bar. I also have the shade Dare to Divulge, but I liked the first shade that I had so much that I wanted another one. So I just need to peel this little plastic piece off. Hello. This is what it looks like. It's more gold, and I feel like this will go with the look really well. So I need to grab a highlight brush, Morphe M501, swirl it in the product a little bit, apply it to my cheekbones. And we're gonna apply blush on top to tone it down a little bit to bring some color to the face. I used a cream blush when I was doing my creams. I used the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Turks and Caicos. I want to apply a powder blush on top, and I feel like it'll look good. The eyes are so warm. Applying this highlight everywhere I usually apply it. And I'm even gonna take a little pencil brush. This is the Morphe M431. It to the tip of my nose, bridge of my nose. Also apply it to my inner corner. My eyes, I feel like it'll really bring the look together. I don't think the girl did this in the picture that I was looking at, but I feel like it'll look really good. eyeliner to your waterline, like a yellow or a red or something. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna apply a blush. I have to think of what color blush I want to do. It'll look good with the eyes. I don't think that's the vibe. Maybe I'll just go with this one. Like it'll blend into like this here. I think that's what I'm gonna do. This is the Buxom Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush in the shade Dolly. Morphe M105 brush. And I'm just tapping into it like 3 times because it's really pigmented. I go over that highlight and really blend it into that shadow up there. Oh, I think that looks so good. Yeah, I really like the way that looks. I'm just gonna go over my nose a little bit and my chin and my forehead. I like to apply blush everywhere basically. The X Nikita N6 brush and go into the Nikita palette. Red Nicole shade right there along my entire lower lash line, connecting it to the shadow on our lid. In with the Morphe M321 brush, which is a nice smudger brush, and that orange shade called Pussycat right there, and we're gonna blend out that red and really diffuse it. Take a little bit of the powder that I used. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder in the shade Fair, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit of this down here to kind of clean it up a little bit because I dragged it down a little bit too far and I kind of look like a raccoon, and that's not the look we're going for. And then I'm just gonna take a fluffy brush and just blend that. Pixie Lower Lash Mascara. I have a lip liner here. This is the Makeup Revolution Satin Kiss Lip Liner in the shade Chauffeur. When I did my video with Callie, this is the lip liner that like I used on her because she brought it, and I never heard of like Makeup Revolution lip liners before. I don't remember what shade I used on her lip liner. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I want to do a generally nude lip with this look because there's a lot going on the eyes. So let's just do it. It's a sharpenable one. It's not retractable. This is a really light shade. I don't know how I feel about it. I really like the formula, but the color is just a little bit too light for me, I think. I'm gonna fill it in. I don't know. Maybe just with this eye look, I don't like it. I really like the formula of it though, but I'm gonna go over it. Patrick Ta Precision Lip Crayon in the shade She's Bold, and just go over the edges, I think. I think that's what I'm gonna do. That looks good. I feel like it's too cool toned for this look. I'm just taking the Makeup Revolution one and blending the edges. I was like talking while I was doing that. I feel like I just need something warm down here. The Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Heat. Maybe that'll help. I think that helped, but I still don't know. I think I'm just gonna leave it. I just think because the eyes are so top heavy, nothing really is gonna look great to me, so whatever. I was gonna try this Pixie Collagen Lip Gloss, but it's like clear, I'm pretty sure. Spray my face with my Patrick Ta Dewy Milk Mist. And yeah, I'm gonna go take these clips out and blow out my curtain bangs so they don't look crazy. And then I'll come back with the complete final look. I ended up blowing out my bangs, but I didn't like the way they looked. So here we are, tucking them behind my ears. But yeah, this is the final look. I really like the way it came out. I hope you guys enjoyed it and were able to follow along. Or if you just watched it to watch a tutorial for fun, then thank you also. Every view helps. So yeah, if you want to see the pictures that I take of this look, you can go to my Instagram and my TikTok, which are down below. And yeah, this was really fun to do. So I want to keep doing creative looks like this, so you guys can send me looks you want me to do or anything like that. But yeah, I'm gonna go clean all this up and eat something because I've barely eaten today and that's not healthy. So I'm gonna go enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye.